Right. A lot of clients come to us asking us, how do I build my business without making myself crazy? All leaders can relate to feeling like they're the bottleneck in their own business, where they're getting in their own way. The business has grown, and all of a sudden now they find themselves overwhelmed and not able to keep up with the business. And as a result, they're unable to scale. Well, let me show you a quick little model that might be useful to you. I call this the capacity revenue model. The left the line on the left-hand side represents your capacity to deliver work, your bandwidth, so to speak. The line at the bottom represents your revenue. That is obviously the goal of the business. We know that cash is king, revenue is like the lifeblood of your business, and the goal is to increase that. Well, at the beginning, your capacity to deliver work when you first started the business was really high, and your revenue was probably really low, right? Because you were just getting started. As the business began to grow, so did your client base and so did your revenue, which again, that's exactly what you want. But here's what also happened. As you were growing, your ability to deliver on that work began to decrease. In other words, you had less and less capacity, less and less bandwidth. Now, in the early stages, when you're like over here, this is really exciting when you're growing, right? You're growing, you're getting more clients, you're getting busier, you've got more and more revenue coming in. But then something terrible happens, and it's where you hit this particular line right here is where the intersection of capacity and revenue start to intersect. That becomes really, really problematic. This is where now you're running off your feet. You don't have time for the important stuff, and you're probably making mistakes, and clients are getting unhappier. It's just not a great time in the business. How do you get out of this? Well, the goal, what we have to help you do, is to change your approach. And part of that looks something like this. So back to the capacity revenue model. So again, we've got capacity over here. We've got revenue over here. And again, the goal is to keep growing, right? To keep that trajectory of growth going on for your business. But instead of letting capacity become an opposing force, it is going to decrease the busier you get, but we help our clients build a success lane. We call it their buffer. And this we create through helping them attract and retain the right employees to help them scale. We help them put the right systems in place, right, to help them build a business that runs itself. The goal is that the business is not all dependent on the work and the brains and the sheer willpower of the owner, but that it's built by design in such a way that it can operate without you. If you'd like to find out how to do that, give me a shout.